Hello, everybody. How are you this evening? Hello, Wanda. Hello, friends. Thank you for joining. I hope you are all doing well today. Happy Sunday. It is July 20th, 2025, and my name is June Leindecker, and I'm with Red Daisy Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm excited to unbox the July Paper Pumpkin Kit with you today. And I think we'll get at least one alternate in today. So I am excited to be here. I just want to put us down to the table. I have a couple of announcements. I just think it's easier if you can see what I'm looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. How's everybody doing? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. If you are catching this as a replay, please leave a comment. Tell me where you're watching from. So we are going to unbox the Sweeter With You kit. It arrived. This kit has 8 cards in it. There's going to be 2 of 4 designs, which I love that we're getting 4 designs in the kit. So it's only 8 cards instead of the usual 9. Next month, right now, the subscription period is for August, Farmhouse Florals. This kit is special because you are going to get 2 stamp sets in this kit. So if you are paused your subscription or you it's maybe your first time, this is a great one to sign up for. So it's going to be whimsical cards featuring flowers nested in delightful, unexpected places. So doesn't that sound fun? And it's going to be 9 cards, and there'll be 3 cards of 3 different designs. So you won't want to miss the additional perk with the stamp set that will be included. And after August, we'll have September, and that is going to be fall toile, fall for toile, I should say. And I'm a huge fan of toile, so I can't wait to see what that's all about. You also don't want to forget to take a look at the add-on dies that are available, and I did some playing around with them today. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad it's sunny and pretty there. Fantastic. I wanted you to see here. I don't know if you can see it. This one is in Strawberry Slush. This one is in Poppy Parade, but I put the Strawberry Slush behind there. And so then we have the little flower die and the little leaf piece, and you can see the cutouts there. And this one has stitching around it, the circle. Let me tell you how big that is because I think it's a really good size. So it's like 2 and it's a little over 2 1/8. It's not quite 2 3/16, but it's right about that size. And then we have this beautiful little flower. The only thing I haven't die cut yet are the little, this piece could be turned into an acorn. The solid part of it could be turned into an acorn. So we have this acorn top, and then we have another leaf. So I'll keep adding to my little example sheet here and show you those as we get to that point. So the add-on dies are great. If you don't have them already, I encourage you to get them. Last quarter they did run out, and those are no longer available. Here is a quick look at the fall for toile, and this is the one for August. And so I don't know if you can see, but that's the extra stamp set that you will get. It's not, you can't really see what the sentiments are saying, but there is a really cute little, looks like a teapot, some flowers. So I just think that one's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right. So I did open up my box, but I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to bring it down. These are the cards that this kit was intended to make. We will make those. And then hopefully we'll make a quick and easy, I should say, alternate card today. So always Paper Pumpkin comes with full color instructions, and on the back you have a QR code for a video that will give you Stampin' Up's little video on putting these together. Then also it tells you the colors that coordinate in the. So I do think it's kind of funny because there's a mistake on this because it says that it contains 9 cards and 9 envelopes, but it does not. It's 8 cards and 8 envelopes, so I'll call that out. Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger are the colors that are used in this kit, and I'm excited to play with them because they're so bright and cheerful. So we will continue looking here. So we have our adhesives, we have some tear and tape, we have some glue dots. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out just to have everything quick and handy here. We also have some dimensionals also for adhesive. Our ink spot is Garden Green. We haven't used Garden Green in quite a while. Here is the beautiful stamp set. We have a better image of that in just a few pieces. Let me go ahead and get things out of here and get the box out of the way. And let's continue. So again, this has 4 card designs. So we are where we normally have like 3 of everything. We won't have 3 of everything. So like we have 2 here. And so I'm going to go ahead and start to pop things out as we go. This is a little vellum rectangle. And then we have also another vellum rectangle. It's much larger, but it has scallops on it. So I'm just pulling that out of the die cut here. And then we have this little leftover vellum piece. So I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to go ahead and keep our other stuff pretty tidily on the side because that's will be used for our alternates. So we have 2 beautiful sheets of die cuts, and so let's see here. We have some strawberries, which are absolutely beautiful. I am loving all these pieces. Look at this big piece here. Oh wow, be careful when you pop this out because it is a little bit more fragile. Some little skinny pieces and stuff, but look at that. That's so pretty. Oh, I love it. All right, so we have some different sized strawberries going on here. So these are, looks like we have 3 of that smaller size. This one, these 2 kind of look the same. Then we have this one here. It looks a little bit different. Stem looks a little bit different, but about the same size. Now that one looks a little bit larger, just a little bit larger. All right, so we also have this die cut sheet, and looks like this is the only one like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop out one of these little blue strips here, and I'm gonna grab one of the pink, which is just a varied, a lighter variation of Strawberry Slush, because there is not no Pretty in Pink or Bubble Bath listed on the coordinating. This is going to be for one of the sentiments. So it's like a little sentiment bubble. Let me fix my paper so you're not getting that glare going on. And I will move these down a little bit so you can see them better. And we will then keep going. All right. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. This is like a little berry box or a fruit box. We have another rectangle shape. This is white. It's also scallop, but it has some stitching lines marked on it in Pool Party, if you can see that very well. Kind of hard to see. We also have a circle that looks similar to that with the Pool Party stitching around it, but this is a scallop circle. So I think that's everything we need out of that one. So this is the second piece of those items, but here's a new piece. We have a rectangle with some stripes. I'm going to put that away. And we must need 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 out of that. All right. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at the envelopes. Aren't they so pretty? Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Such pretty plaid. All right. So I'm going to just get 3 of those out for what we're doing. All right. Now we have some card bases. So looks like we have this gorgeous strawberry, and you get the pink strawberries and the red juicy strawberries. So we're going to need one of those. Set one aside. Oh, this is pretty. I love it. The little dots with some like watermarks on the paper, just giving different color tint to it. Ooh, this is a very pretty plaid. Very pretty. Yeah, I'm going to guess this is a lighter variation of Timid Tiger with also a lighter variation of the Strawberry Slush. So we're going to have one of those. And then we have a garden green card base with some watercolor markings on it, just giving it some lighter pieces in that die or in that card base. All right, here are the stamps. Let me just fold this back so we can get a good look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Hello, friend. Life is sweeter with you. Thank you. You're the best. Love you lots. Oh, I love these. What great sentiments. And year round, right? And I love how bold and big they are for what we are using. Now, this does say that these images are 100%, so that is the size of these images, and you can see like they're good size. All right, I'm gonna just set that up there for now. Oh my goodness, lots more here. So I'm just gonna pop out one of these. And one of these, and oh my goodness, I guess I'll wait to pop these out and see how many we need. One is already falling out. So let's get our instructions out and start to put some order here. So we are going to have 4 different card bases, right? And so let's just, I need to tack that down. I guess I usually do that before I go live. So we have our garden green piece. We have our plaid piece. We have our polka dot piece. So let me just move some of these out of the way. And then we have our strawberry piece. And I want to get these little guys out from under here. Yes, we will tack that down once we get this all situated. All right, so let's open up the instructions and see what we have so that we can kind of put these together. All right, so this beautiful big bush of strawberries is going with that card base. That is the one that gets the little flowers on it. So I have one out, but it says we need 5. So I'm going to pop out 4 more of those. All right. Who's got their kit? Who has received their kit already? And have you started to play with it? This is also going to go on that. And this blue little strip here of Pool Party. And that, I believe, is everything for that card. And that is the number 1. And then number 2 is this gorgeous strawberry base. We have, looks like this strawberry going on there. And this little pink strip. And 2 more of those flowers. 2 more of those little flowers. And I'm just looking here. Looks like we're going to need 5 more of these in total. So let me just pop them out so I can put this aside. All right. All right, so for this, we also need this color scallop. And, oh, it looks like this vellum piece was supposed to go on that first one. So let me just move it over there. And that looks like this vellum piece goes on here. So that's card base number 2. Then this garden green card base is the next one, and that's what's going to use both of these. All right, it uses this beautiful piece here, and then we have, I think, this strawberry and that strawberry. Actually, no, I think it's this one, and then 2. One of this and one of that. And I'm knowing the difference based on the direction these stems are going. So I have one that's going this way and one that's going this way. And that's what is happening on these little die cuts. So that's how I am determining it. And we're going to use 3 of the flowers. And then I think that's all for that one. Then our last one is this card base, and it's going to use this nice piece here. And it gets the little berry basket. And we have this strawberry. And we have this one. Actually, it's first this one, then this one, then this one. And then we have one with the leaf going in the other direction, but I don't think there were that many. I guess there were. Okay, let me just grab that. And we only need 1 of those, so I don't know. I got out extras of that. I didn't need. And then we have 2 flowers going on here. And that's the last card. All right. All right. So I'm going to need to tack down my paper before we get started. Oh, I'm throwing my things off my card bases. That's not good. And let me just kind of get these in order so we can start with our first card there. And keep our envelopes close by. I'm gonna kind of get that out of the way. All right, so let me just get this tacked down. I have some little washi tape here that I use to do that. Is everybody having a good weekend? I hope you're having a great weekend. I am actually at the beginning of vacation. I am headed out tomorrow morning, bright and early, very, very, very early, to go to the Tula 12 conference, which I am super excited about. So, all right. I hope y'all have something fun planned this week. And let's see here. We have our stamps. Let's go ahead and open up our ink spot. So I just like to undo the one side of this so that we can keep it connected. All right, so we have that. And looks like we are going to start out with that Hello Friend stamp and the Love You Lots. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out here. And I'm going to grab a different block. I'm going to grab a different block. Yeah, I want this one for this. Now, if you don't and haven't tried the ergonomic blocks from Stampin' Up, I highly recommend them. You do get blocks in your kits, but in your first Paper Pumpkin kit, you do get a block, but then thereafter you don't. But if you buy online exclusive kits, you also get blocks in there, but they're smaller and they're more they don't have a little ridge on them. Okay, so they still work fine, but I will just say my older hands, these are easier for me to hang on to. Okay, and so I like to use those. Now I'm going to also get one of my smaller ones here as well. So, because we also want the stamp Love You Lots. All right. So we're going to have that out and we're going to just put that right on there like so. Now I am going to test out my stamps before we get going to make sure they are working at premium quality. All right. And so I have my foam mat now. We like to use a foam mat with the clear photopolymer stamps. And I like to just rub my thumb on them. Makes the image a little bit cloudy looking, but I believe it seems to get that residue off of the stamps. When they come out of the molds, they have a little bit of a, I don't know if it's oil or what it is, but it sometimes will not give us a very good image when we stamp. But that looks fantastic. So there's the Love You Lots. I like the font. And then we're just gonna do that on this one as well here. And I'm just gonna keep rubbing off here. And seems to be, once it's kind of cloudy looking, that seems to be the key. And I did not come up with this idea. I found somebody who suggested it. Sorry, I don't remember who that was, but I'm gonna probably guess that there's several people who make suggestions. So let's see here. This is looking a little bit like it's splotchy, but let's see how it looks. Oh, that looks fantastic, actually. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love the size of this. It's so pretty. Love how big and bold it is. Very nice. And how this is going to work is we're going to stamp right in that bubble. And so I am going to move that off of the white background to stamp it, only because I think it'll be easier for me to line things up this way. On the white, it's a little bit harder to see. So there we go. We're just going to go for it. Now I'm going to hold my stamp down. What I like to do is hold my stamp down so that the ink can really absorb into the paper. And so there we have our first sentiment in that little bubble. I think that's so great. All right, the next one is going to go on to this little blue piece. So just for safekeeping, I'm going to bring my paper back in. And let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Yes, it is going on to this little pool party strip die piece that we took out of the kit. All right, so now I want to get this lined up. Looks like they just are putting it right in the center. And so it looks like that. Hello, everybody. Please say hello and tell me where you're watching from. Beautiful. I love it. Love it. Very nice. All right, that's the stamping, I believe, on this particular card. So I'm going to move that out of the way, move our foam mat out of the way, move our stamps, and bring in our card pieces. So this is the card piece. Now, you can definitely, we're going to make alternates, and so you may want to do that from the start. I am making this first round just the way the kit was intended. Okay. And the first thing it has us doing is putting some tear and tape on the back of this. I have like a billion things of tear and tape already open. So I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm just going to use the ones I have here. One that's already going so I can get it out of the way. Here we go. So we're going to put one there on that leaf, and then we're going to have one going on this leaf as well. And a little strip down here, and then one on this leaf, like so. And I had a little my local stamping group that I attend. It's monthly. That was this weekend, and I took my little supply kit, and it's in the car, and that's where my take your pick tool is. So now I'm just using my little piercing tool to pull up these little strips off the adhesive of the tear and tape. And then we are going to tack this down to that vellum piece. So we have our vellum piece here, and I'm just going to kind of make sure I am placing this where it wants to go. And looks like it goes right there. So now whenever we put this down, we can do it with either some tear and tape, or I could pop it up with some dimensionals. Now it's just calling for tear and tape on here, but we're going to follow that. So once again, I'm going to be putting on some pieces that go here and here, here, same spots. And then, oh, that's a little too big down here. So that's what we have here. So let me just get, let's just set that aside for a minute. Looks like they want glue dots on the back of our flowers. Now, I kind of like to do a little bit of bending to my flowers when I put them on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I put these glue dots on. And I'm just using the fat round edge of my bone folder. And I'm just sticking these in the palm of my hand and then kind of just curling, kind of rolling my bone folder around in the center of those little flowers. And that just will give them a little bit more character and fun. So now let's just go ahead and put the glue dots on the back of these. I'm not going to press too much so that I don't undo what I just did. But we are going to just do our best to keep their little curled shape that best as we can. All right, so now it is not really indicating what is happening with this piece. This piece here looks like it's going right on top of here like this. So I'm guessing I just need a couple little glue dots on here to tack it down. So, but the instructions, they are not giving any indication whatsoever. Now the whole sentiment gets put down with dimensionals. So I'm just going to take these glue dots and I'm going to place them at the bottom part of the bubble. So that we can just attach that lovey lots right at that space. And because we don't want to cover up a lot of our sentiment, right? So if I have this and I try to just line it up here, this is how this is going to go. Just like that. And I'm just trying to get it straight. All right. And so now it's just tacked down to the bottom of there. And then we can put some dimensionals on. Okay. And we got one. We're going to put one right up here. I think that's going to be all right. Oh, well, that dimensional is on there, y'all. It is not coming off. Then I'm going to put one down here to kind of tack onto that strip at the bottom. And then we'll put one here. I mean, it has like 5 of them on here. We do not need 5 dimensionals on this piece. And so that's that piece. Now I am noticing as I am touching this that this little strip right here, so just for y'all that have not started to work on your kit, this pool party strip, like it feels like the ink is not totally absorbed and dried into that piece. Like I can sort of feel it. It hasn't come off, but it feels a little bit like it's not completely dry. So just be aware as you are putting your things together. All right, so we got our little pieces all ready to go. And I'm going to come back in and take off the tear and tape adhesive cover strip off of these pieces before we begin to lay this down. It's being a little stubborn. All right. And then we'll get those out of the way. And then we will put this onto our card. Now it is pretty much going on here, pretty much in the center. So I am just trying to line this up the best I can. And I believe that is pretty darn close. All right. So that's what that piece looks like. You can hardly see that vellum piece, but it does show. And so now we are going to add the other elements. So the first thing to do would be to put on our sentiment. All right. And let's just get our little flowers out of the way. All right, so the sentiment is going to go down here, and it's going to actually go right in this place. Now it is a little bit off to the right a bit, and there, I think that's pretty straight. So we could just press that down. Like, I could feel that ink a little bit on this piece. That's interesting to me. Normally it's dried pretty good by now. Excuse me, I needed to take a drink. All right, so the next thing is our little flowers. So I'm just gonna use my fingernails to pop these off. I don't want to lose my shape too much. And so one is going to go right up here like so. And then another one is going to go right over here. And then we have another one, the third one. We got 5 in total. One is going to go right down here, which is why we needed to put our sentiment on first. These two guys are trying to mate. All right, this one is going to go, whoops, right about there. And then our last one is going to go right over here. So I'm just going to use the end of my poker tool to just make sure that the glue dot is down pretty good, because again, I don't want to flatten them out. I like having that little extra curve to them. Don't you think it gives it more character? So this is the first card, okay? And what a lot of fun. I love all the little layers and pieces. Isn't it beautiful? Love it. I'm very happy with that. Okay, on to card number 2. And so we have a vellum piece. We have our little flower, or I'm sorry, circle scallop. We have a little strip here as well, and a strawberry. So, oh, look at me. I'm throwing flowers. We have 2 flowers as well. I have to admit, like, I am having a hard time using this card base and having it so pretty on the back, and that really sort of being wasted. But we're going to stick with it. Like I said, we kind of try to do that. Now we are going to grab our stamps again and get out our foam mat and my little scratch paper here. We are going to use now, thank you. We're going to get that off of here. All right. We got the thank you, and then you're the best is also being used. And I believe that's it from this one. So I am going to use just one of these blocks for the thank you. And then I have another little block here. This is a G block, if you wanted to know that. And that's going to go right on there. All right, so we're going to be stamping these 2 things. And so let's just get these ready to roll. Let's make sure they are in good order, good stamping order. The card, I know, it is so pretty, isn't it? I agree, Wanda. That's a beautiful card. Um, you know, all those pieces are just really beautiful together. So let's just test this first. And that looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and bring our little pink strip over here, which I believe is like a several generations later of strawberry slush. And I'm just going to hold this and let the ink soak in. And oh, that came out very nice. Very nice. You're the best. All right, now we have our thank you. So let me just go ahead and get this going here. And get this primed. Once we do this, I have not had to worry about my stamps again. So I love that very much. I feel like there was a time before I found that little tactic, or I should say technique, that I felt like sometimes the stamps just wouldn't want to work. So here we go. That is beautiful. I love how bold the fonts are. Okay. All right. So let's get our thank you stamped now onto this scallop circle. And here we go. Very fun. All right, so we have that. That looks amazing. All right, let's move our stamp out of the way. And let's see here. It looks like we are going to do a little bit of building onto this vellum piece. Now, I want to go ahead and curl my flowers before I get to that point so that they are ready to go. And let's just do that. Let's see here. So it looks like we are going to layer this on this side of the vellum piece. I don't know if you can see that vellum piece very well, but it's here. All right, this is going to be layered onto this piece. It looks like with dimensionals. Looks like we're going to put dimensionals on here to put it onto the vellum piece. And it looks like the dimensionals are going to go below the word, like right either in or right below the word thank you, so that the thank you is right at the edge. Like it's just the top of the A and the N are at the top of this vellum piece when you put it down. And then we're going to have a dimensional up here that will help to hold it in place whenever we put it down onto the card base. All right. So that is that piece. Then it looks like this gets put on here. So we're going to need a dimensional on the strawberry right up here. And I don't want my cover off yet. Now it is not showing it, but I personally would think that I would like to put this down probably with a glue dot. So we'll do that in a moment. But the first thing I want to do is go ahead and take these two dimensional covers off. All right, and let me just get my vellum piece lined up on my grid paper for now. All right, and then I'm going to attach my little scallop circle to my vellum piece. All right. Now I am going to add a little glue dot. It's not telling us to do this, but I am going to, because I am going to put my strawberry on to here like so. All right. And so I want to go ahead and tack that down to that piece. All right. And it's going to go about right there. Now that's tacked down and it isn't going to go anywhere. The next thing we're going to do is add our little flowers. So I'm just get my glue dot on here. I did better when I did this with my fingers. Oh, just took that glue dot right off of there with my fingernail. All right, so now we have our little flowers, and I think we can add those after we put our vellum down. So let's do the vellum piece first. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this dimensional off of here and get that tacked down like that. And then let's go ahead and put some tear and tape on here. I'm just using up that little strip since I had it out already. And then this one will go over here like that. So my vellum is not showing that tear and tape because it is behind the actual die cuts. Placement is everything, people. It truly, truly is. Placement will make the whole card. All right, so we have all of our adhesive undone and ready to go onto our card base. All right. And so we are going to be adding this, and it looks like it's about an inch and a half from the bottom. So that's right about here. And if I line this up, that's about right there. Okay. So that's the first part. Now we're just going to add our You're the Best. Okay. And again, it is not telling us how to add this. So I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots on the back of here. I'm just kind of surprised they're not giving us any indication on that. Let's see here. Yeah, I think if I just kind of put these in the middle, that I'm not going to be hanging off anywhere. All right, You're the Best. So that is going to go right here. Let's get our card straight so I can figure out how to line this up. There we go. There, how's that look? Cute. Very cute. All right, so let's do our flowers now. There are a lot of little pieces here. We're going to have some fun with the alternate cards because we have a few pieces we can work with. Sometimes we don't have a lot of pieces to play around with. Change that just a little bit. There we go. All right. And that's our second card. Oh, I hope y'all love this. I am loving this kit. It is so pretty. Again, I'm just going to make sure my little glue dot is put down good. Very, very cute. Okay. We are on to our third card. And we have the beautiful garden green card base. And we are going to do some stamping here. Fun, fun. All right. So we are going to need here the little flower. that is in the kit. Okay, so I have my little flower, so I'm going to get my little block out for that. I like to make that a little bit more in the center so that I am holding on to it good. We're going to be using the thank you again. Okay, and it looks like that's going to be it for the stamping. So let's go ahead and just make sure our flower is working good. Let me move this out of the way really quick. And let me just make sure we got this stamp doing all the good stuff for us, right? I hope y'all are enjoying this. Thank you for watching and being a part of it. I'd love to hear how y'all are doing, if you've already started to play with your kit or not. I love that little flower. How cute. How cute. And it matches that flower that is in the dies. So cute. Look at that. Same flower. I wonder, I don't know that you could totally die cut that, but I do think you could. Looks pretty darn close on there. Pretty darn close. All right. So I'm going to just dump off our little pieces there. We are going to do some stamping, just random little stamping onto the card base to give it a little bit of character. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So we have one up here, and they're going to be in twos. So it looks like we're bunch of little couples roaming around this little card base here. So we're just adding those on, and something's going to go in the middle, so we don't need to be in the middle. That won't show at all. But we're going to just add these. And now one down here, and then we'll have one more down here at the bottom. So there you go. That's the little stamping on the card base. I'm going to go ahead and fold our card base, and then we'll do the other stamp real quick. There we go. All right, so we have one more item to stamp, and this is our stamp sentiment piece, which I love that it's this gorgeous strawberry. Oh my goodness. You are so correct, Gloria. I did not even I didn't even notice it. You're right. There's a smaller one right here. Oh, well, mine just has the same size. So don't make the mistake I made. Grab your smaller little flower there and put it on the block with the others, and don't make my mistake, but I'm sure it'll be just as good. So thank you so much, Gloria, for pointing that out. I totally missed that. This just goes to show I haven't really watched any videos. So it is a strawberry blossom, Wanda. It's so cute. All right, so we're going to put our little thank you right onto this beautiful strawberry right there. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. All right, so that is the stamping for that. Now, because of what Gloria made me aware of, I do want to add, we're going to put just a little stamp on the inside. I have some ink on my block, though. I wanted to get that off. So let me get that other flower out. Let's go ahead and just add that to the block here. Whoops. Guess now my block's a little wet. There we go. There we go. So let me just get that rubbed off. There we go. These are the 2 flowers that I missed. Oh, let's try that again. Nice. Oh, I was off the edge. That's why that happened. I was like, whoa, what's that? All right. I was just thinking that would be so cute to put a couple of these on the inside of the card. So I'm just going to add those right up there. Very fun. All right, now we'll put our card together. I just had to play with that. Yes, I am doing that strawberry basket card. It's the last one we're doing, so hang in there. We just are on the 3rd one, and then we'll be making that card. So here we go again with our flowers. I'm just curling them a bit. Now let's see, it has us putting some tearing tape on the back of here. So let's just do that. And it's just going down the center. And this will make it easier to tuck things in if we need to, or not. It just depends on what we have here. Oops, I missed a flower. So just, there we go. I'm going to flip those over and get our glue dots on there. There we go. You saw someone make an easier way to do the bottom of the basket instead of using full of strawberries. Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of options for that. I mean, I think you could probably use a little bit of a cardstock cut in the shape of, I mean, you could easily trace that out and do your own kind of strawberry with the Poppy Parade, definitely. I also think you could use some of the tissue paper in the bottom of there, kind of crunch it up and put it on there. That might be an option as well. So let's see when we get there. All right, so we put these down. They kind of go like this, little kind of haphazard on here. Now we need to put some dimensionals on some of our strawberries and some glue dots on others. So let's see here. I'm missing a strawberry. Maybe this is where I got, nope, I have them all out. So which ones here? This one is getting a dimensional. And so is this one. And oh no, I am missing a strawberry. No, I'm not. Here's the other one. This is the one that's getting 2 dimensionals. And then this one is getting a dimensional. And then that one's getting glue dots on it, on this edge. And we got our flowers all ready to roll, so we are good. All right, so let's just smooth this down like so. And get our covers off of our tear and tape and start to put our card together. All right, so first we have one that's just going to kind of go like that, and then we have one that's going to come down here and go pretty much like this here. Now we have our big guy is going to go in the middle here. But this one is going to get attached to, this one's going to get attached to here. And then we have this one that's going to go down here. And up here we have this guy coming behind, as well as this one. So that's kind of the game plan here. So let's go ahead and put our big strawberry down right in the center. Now it has us putting those other two first. So let's just see how that goes. So that's going to go right here. Well, I feel like he's going to just cover up my little flowers, but that's okay. All right. That's all right. All right. Then this one is going right up here like that. Now we're going to layer on this dude. And he's going to go right here like that. Now, then we have this one. So it did not say to put a dimensional out here, but I feel like it needs it because it doesn't have anything to support it. So I am adding that. And then we can put this down. And he's just going right about there. And then this little guy is going to go right here, like so. Then we have our little flowers that we're going to add. And that's one's going to go up here. And then we have one that's going to go right tucked right in there. And another one, oops, that's going right here. So let me just get that one tucked on and there. And that is that card. Very cute. Think I could have shifted it over a little bit, but I am not too concerned. It's very, very cute. Love it. All right, we are on to our last card. And I think because we have already reached the hour, I probably won't do any alternates, but I might do one after, and then I'll post a picture because it's pretty simple what I have in mind. Yeah, I'm thinking like you could totally like curve this out, you know, play with your paper a little bit and give it some dimension there. And I think you could take a little bit of the tissue paper, because the kit came with that beautiful red tissue paper. And if we just took a little bit of that off, let's here. You don't need a lot. We just took that off and just kind of crunch that up. That could go down inside of there. So you had like some red down in there. It might be too big of a piece actually. That's just sitting down in there. Easy peasy. You don't have to use all those strawberries. I don't disagree. Like that's a lot of waste in my opinion. All right, so we have this beautiful piece here, and it is that's the only stamp that we need, and that is Life is Sweeter with You. And just got my block here, so let me get that out. All right, and then we will get this. Cut the bottom of the strawberry and glue it at the bottom. That's a very good idea too. Thank you. I'm sure there's going to be a million ideas out there. Everybody is going to have so many great ideas. I just love it. All right, so let's test our stamp. Now, I just mentioned a little while ago that I am going away, and so next Sunday, I'm hoping that I'll be able to put a recording out. Now, if I don't, I will post and let you know that I won't be here. I won't be able to be live because I will be in the air and coming home. So I will not be able to be here next week. So I'd like to be able to record something for you guys, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So I hope to, but I'm not positive. So I will post either way and let you know. You'll either get a notice that there's something coming, or you will get a note that says I won't be able to be here. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and it looks like they are using tear and tape for this. And so just like I always do, this first set of cards, I always stick to the plan. So, or what, how the kit was designed. So we are going to be putting some tear and tape on here, and this is what it's describing. All right, and then it does have us putting some tear and tape on the back of here, like so. And then I believe that is all the tear and tape. So let's see, we have our little flowers, and it looks like we just have 2 for this one. So curling our little flowers up. And then we have the strawberries. And that one's going outside at the bottom with the flower. So we have this one going on the inside, and this one going next to it, and this one here. And I think to follow what Gloria was saying is she is suggesting that we just trim off the bottom of these strawberries like so. And they can be very easily tucked into the bottom of this piece, like so. All right, I'm just going to use a glue dot on here to put these together. Like that. And then I'm going to use another glue dot. I think. There it is. It's stuck to me. Right there. I don't know if you can see that, but I just have the two ends there, okay? And then this is gonna just go in the bottom of our little bushel. There we go, our little berry box. All right. And then those little guys, I think it's really funny. They have these on dimensionals. I guess this little box is going up on top of them. So let's see here. If I put these guys like so, we can line up the dimensionals, but I want to make sure I'm inside the box. I think that'll work. That's kind of holding them all together. So then that little guy will go right on top of there, like so. That's cute. All right, so this is going to go on top of here. And that also ties them down. It's really cute. And we missed out having to use this other strawberry, so we can use it later. So just kind of one way to do it. Thanks, Gloria. I appreciate that. I mean, to be honest, folks, that is what my little group is all about. I just love sharing the ideas. So thank you for that. All right, I think now we can go ahead and start to put our card together. And yep, so this is going to go down. I don't really understand the placement of this, but it works. I'm not sure why the tear and tape had to be like that, but nonetheless, it works. So this is kind of going in the middle here, okay, and just sort of lining it up with the plaid, the stripes on here, okay. And then we are going to, I'm just going to add one more dimensional down here. Actually, I'm going to put a couple on here just to give this some support. All right. Then this little guy is going to go right on here at the bottom of our little scallop, like so. Very cute. All right, now we have this strawberry to add. And again, there's no instruction for this little strawberry as far as adhesive. So I'm just kind of lining it up where I think it wants to go, which is on that side of the basket. All right. And he's just tilted over like that. And then we have our two flowers to add like so. And we are going to add these little cutie pies. One is going to go right there. And then the other one is going right next to the little strawberry at the bottom. Right here. I'll get that tacked down. And that is our 4th card. Awesome. All right. These are the cards. And I will make the alternate one and share it in the group. If you're in the Facebook group, you'll see it. And then I hope to, like I said, get a video done for next week to share another alternate, and then I'll be back the following week and we'll have a lot of fun together creating. This is such a fun, beautiful kit. I am not kidding, y'all. They are beautiful, Wanda. I mean, you could just make these 8 cards and be done because they are so precious. Yeah, they are really, really cute. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining and hanging in there through our little unboxing and having some fun crafting with me today. Again, I will post in the group over the week to let you know how I am doing with regard to next week, if it'll be a video or not. And then we will be back the following week. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great week and happy Sunday.